Hello everyone, and welcome back to more for the 2023 Imperium Cup for Dune, Imperium, the Rise of Fweak and Immortality expansions. I'm your host and commentator, BlackShadow. We are continuing our coverage of the quarterfinal brackets for our tournament. Here's a look at the situation. We are 10 games completed, just 4 remaining, meaning there is only 6 seats left to be claimed for our semi-finals. One each to the winner of our 4 games, as well as a couple for our highest scoring second places. Currently standing with Greedy Grill and Ozymandias, who look nervously on to see if they might squeak their way through to the semis. It's been a pretty fun round so far, some pretty brutal games as well, and a couple of massive matches still to be played. Today we're going to have a look at quarter-final F, featuring the BlackStone, EVBomb, CheGuevara, and our qualifier, Fweak. Let's have a look at the players for today's game. We're going to start off with the BlackStone, who came top of a very, very competitive Group I, getting the better of Sneaker Dead as well, a notable scalp of BlackStone, who took down the entire group. 3 wins and a second place, producing one of the best records in the entire tournament phase. BlackStone's tournament was interesting. 3 victories coming at the hands of Count Ilban twice and Princess Yuna the once. The only second place playing as Yuna again. Them and Sneaker Dead did play twice, trading first and second places between them. But it is very notable that BlackStone focused on 2 leaders that just passively generate money additionally, and that is clearly a cornerstone of BlackStone's strategy so far in this tournament. I have had a chance to play BlackStone a little bit. BlackStone also featured in the first North Carolina Invitational back in October, I believe it was now. I will say, lovely guy, great to meet him, and also a very, very strong player, definitely. But it is interesting to note the somewhat reliance upon Ilbans and units. I mean, you know, if it isn't broke, don't try and fix it. I can definitely get that. If the strategy's working, then albeit go for it. But I am a little bit worried in this quarterfinal that he might not get his own way. He might have to pick beyond that. It'll be interesting to see how he reacts to that, definitely. Still, though, I think probably a good shout for trying to make his way to the semi-finals. He'll definitely feel that he should make that, or at least be targeting that minimum after such a strong group performance. But it's going to be a tough slog here. EVBomb came second place in Group C, a very tight affair. The group only won by Lime, who has already put their seat in the semi-finals, leaving a 3-way scrap for second place. EVBomb just about getting on top with average points. The Airman was close, but not quite there. It was a little bit of an up-and-down trip for EVBomb in the tournament, but consistent enough. Starting from a third-place finish with Tessia Vernius, losing to On The Bounce, and then winning with Baron Harkonnen in Week 3, Princess Yuna in Week 6, and a second place in Week 5 to Lime playing as Count Ilban. Definitely, if you finish with 15 points, more often than not, you're going to get hold of a top 2 spot. You're going to get top 4 guaranteed. And I have played EVBomb a few times. Definitely a very, very solid player. One that should not be underestimated on the table. EV does strike me as someone who does like to play the faction games a lot, which I can appreciate. That is generally quite a heavy part of my gaming as well. I do focus a lot on factions, alliance fighting. That's just kind of the way I tend to go about things. But definitely, you know, 4 different leaders in these games, but all kind of meta or meta-ish at least. Never had to pick, like, really outside of the known quantities, you know, picking, like, your Pool Atreides, your Laser, that sort of thing. So it'll be interesting to see if there is a bit of a tricky draw here. How they will react to that. A bit kind of similar to BlackStone as well. CheGuevara is up next, finishing second in Group E, and again, a fairly solid set of group results. Not able to come on top of Care, unfortunately, though he will be hoping to go one better. Care getting eliminated in the quarterfinals, losing to Yizman on Chow Murky tiebreaker in pretty brutal fashion, all things being honest. Che's 2 wins came at the hands of Viscount Hundro as well as Count Ilban, but Che is someone who is more than happy to go off the beaten path and can definitely get incredibly aggressive in the battlefield as well. A second place finish with Prince Romba in Week 5, losing only to Mr. Hyde's dominant Baron victory. Che was also the victim of a 4th place finish, however, in Week 3, again playing as Hundro, losing to Pookie playing as Ilban. So, yeah, Che generally is more than happy to get stuck in on the battlefield. Definitely likes Hundro a lot for that reason, though those surprise shock deliveries of troops and trying to take up fights by storm. It's usually a pretty effective strategy, to be fair, and I can confirm as well, like, I've played Che now in person over at the North Carolina Invitationals. Solid player, but but we'll be interested to see how things react here. There is definitely a lot of potential. If the leaders set up, there could be a lot of battle-heavy leaders, and I'm very curious to see how things will go. I think he certainly is better when he's kind of got that battle niche to him, but when he's got competitors in the field, it can be a bit of a different story, perhaps. And lastly, we have Fweak, who agonizingly fell short of automatic qualification of the quarters. Third place finish in Group P, losing to Kirby only by matches won, which was the first tiebreaker, although with a very solid 30% plus average points rating. Fweak was able to get a win in weeks 5 and 6, playing as Old Memnon against Grady Grill, Captain West, and Jackie 2000, but was unable to force any other decisive victories. 3 second places as Baron Harkonnen twice, and the Beast Raban. It meant Fweak did have to go through the additional round of qualifying, but finishing atop of Match L and securing his way to the quarterfinals, which again, I think you'll feel maybe at the time, probably should have just got there directly, but just couldn't force any other results. But now that he's made it, he finds himself surrounded by very strong competition. And this game as well is just like, it's a real banana skin for pretty much everyone involved here. I think out of the various matches we've got left, this is probably the hardest to call. BlackStone will definitely fancy themselves. I think to get from will think that they're probably favorite, but I think it is far from certain how this is going to go here. I think if I had to make a call, I'm going to put my bet over on EVBomb to make it through to the semis, but it is far from certain here. There's a lot could happen. I think it's going to be two things are going to happen. Either someone is going to absolutely romp away with this and just absolutely dominate the field, or this is going to be like a really tight round 7 or round 8 finish. It's going to come down to like Spice tiebreak or something. I think this could be a very edgy game, but with a spot in our semi-finals. And the grand finals beyond that, there is tons to fight for here. Should be a fun match. Alright then, so we're getting ourselves ready for the match here. My text box is way too big. Aussie's come for a bit of a watch as well. Aussie, of course, nervously waiting to see if they might make it through as a fastest loser. It is far from confirmed at this point. It should be a good one. So, BlackStone is in the first seat. It'll be Airman or CheGuevara to pick first. Fweak is also known LargestAround. This is surely not going to get complicated. Let's look at the opening row and text here. Okay, there's a lot of options here. A lot of cool stuff. Fierce Down to Initiate, we'll start with first. Very solid, straightforward card. Nice for activating experimentations at factions. Guild Impersonator is an interesting card, allowing you to potentially really heavily bomb the Spacing Alliance and go for that heavy. Very good for Elisa Kaz, notably. As for the row, a couple of fun cards here. Fifi Howard's just a great solid all-rounder from the base game. Sodacar Legion's fine. High Priority Travel is popular, being able to draw or deploy with shipping is very strong here. Crop Smuggler also has some interesting grafting abilities as well. That Crop Smuggler and Guild Impersonator, by the way, a lot of value there. As for the text here, it's very combat heavy. Flagships, the 8-pointer or 8 spice coster for the point, and dumping a load of troops mid to late game. Restricted ordnance for the extra swords. You've got High Council seat and spice satellites, meaning you're not going for factions, you're going elsewhere. So good stuff. None of it cheap, however. And as for our leaders, wow, okay, it is going to be a fun game. Baron Harkonnen is about the only notable one that you'd say is, quote, meta unquote. But other than that, players are going to have to work this out for them. We might well see Ron Vernius played by CheGuevara in the first seat. I could definitely see that happening. No Beast as well. This is going to be interesting. One faction, one fighter, and the rest are largely deck builders. This could be good times. In a way, I'm kind of glad that we aren't seeing, like, we're not seeing, like, just a load of separate, like, all meta leaders, and people are going to have to work it out for themselves here. Everyone's going to be a bit outside their comfort zone. Oh, CheGuevara was in 4th spot, actually, so he goes to Baron, which makes total sense here. But now players are going to have to start kind of making up here. Elisa Kaz has some good use. As noted, she pairs really well with Guild Impersonators. She pairs pretty decently with Corrupt Smugglers. Other cards as well. I think Elisa is not a bad shout. I expect you'll see an Kaz picked between someone. Obviously, being able to do some passive trash coordination, solid. 3rd seat's fine. Might see some like Wealth Mentat, something on the board. Definitely see that happening. I think there's a lot of options here. We do see Kaz. BlackStone, I would imagine, might well go a laser. Maybe Paul Atreides, not entirely sure. Depends a little bit how he fancies. But I do think this is a pretty appetizing board for a laser here. Sometimes a laser, the board's really bad. You want either you preferably want single access graph cards so you can reliably generate spice with her passive ability, which we do have out there. And I think if I was in BlackStone seat, that's what I'd be going here. Also, being in first spot's kind of useful in that you've got the most odds of being able to get your one step ahead card to where actually you want it. But we'll see how things progress here. So I'm just messing about the mic there. Well, well, well. BlackStone goes for Rhombovernius for, I think, the first time I've personally ever seen it. Wow. Paul Atreides in second spot here. This is interesting. Say, Che has played a fair amount of Rhombovernius and is going to be playing it on the left here. Oh, sorry, everyone. I apologize. I have, oh my goodness me. I've had this background image up this whole time. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to, do some work on that. Apologies. Anyway, so let's get ready here. Baron Harkonnen's going to pick his tokens. Going for spacing, which is pretty mandatory, as well as the Emperor here. No Fremen. Interesting. Maybe a little bit worried that Romba's going to give him a run for his money here, but see how we go here. But anyways, here we go then. So first combat is going to be the Skirmish Victory Point. Decent rewards all around here. Baron draws both faction accesses. He would like to get the Hardy Warriors. Romba pulls one Diplo, double daggers, no experimentation, no access to smuggling. Wow, okay, so this is not a bad result, but Paul Atreides pulls both faction accesses, so what's he going to do here? No rings anywhere. No one has drawn their ring abilities, which is fascinating. Baron, I don't think, will mind too much. Paul Atreides would like to have seen it, though. So Romba goes immediate steel suits, which I think, given his hand, is not a bad option. Putting 2 in, he's going to be targeting at least second place in the conflict. Paul will smuggle. Ekaz, I suppose, probably has to just go fold space here, you would imagine. Kind of hard to turn down. Double experimentation, though, means not a guarantee he's going to be able to deploy anywhere, but I feel like Evie's going to not be able to turn this down. He was intending to go, like, Wealth Mentat, but I think you can't really look. I think you just got to go fold space and work it out from there. The fold space card's always good for you. So Ekaz will go fold space here. So Baron Harkonnen has Hardy Warriors. And it's the early skirmish victory point. I think, like, with both faction access cards in hand, I think as Baron, you just have to get it in here. It's a little uncomfortable because Romba might end up committing themselves further. Them going steel suits early is a strange move. You don't see that often. Although I suspect Romba's just going to be largely trying to build up, maybe go for early spice that zone. But I think as Baron Harkonnen, you just have to Hardy Warriors. There's no ifs or buts here. People still use the Uprising board. Whereas in this one, you've got to move the agent. The Uprising board, all you've got to do is you just click the space, it does it all for you. So we do see Hardy Warriors. No shocks there. So spacing bump, Emperor bump. That'll be a slight surprise to these opponents. And we should see what Romba does here. Romba with both daggers might go to Carthag and have a look and see what he finds here. Rhombovernius may well still commit here. He's got double daggers. He might fancy his chances. Nothing to lose here. If he finds a battle intrigue, he's going to be going in. Oh my goodness. Well, he finds demand respect. Wow, what a spot. Do you commit here? If you commit and Baron doesn't go anymore, like, that's a huge early bonus. But if you commit and he does go heavy, it's 4 troops and 2 daggers for intrigue and slide, but he's going for it. BlackStone is committing here. BlackStone is saying, I've got battle intrigue. That's what he's trying to kind of say. He's saying he's got like a tactician, maybe a tiebreaker, something like that. Oh, what do you think's better of it? I tell you what, I think if he committed that, I think that might well have worked. But he's thinking maybe he can wait till he picks up some spice and get the double bump out of demand respect rather than the single bump, which is also definitely possible. Paul just goes well. Saves the Sikh allies. Ekaz can just limp in at Imperial Basin for a load of resources here. And I see absolutely no reason not to do anything else. And the question is, do you want Hagar Basin? I would say no. I think Imperial Basin is a reasonable... Yeah, just take the loose spice. The only reason I would go Hagar Basin is if you're intending to, like, selective breed immediately, which isn't an outrageous thought. But he's surely just going to be going shipping here. Baron Harkonnen can just tech negotiate freely here. Romoonius will think maybe we'll go on. Interesting. So Baron tech negotiates. Doesn't use Diplo. He's after Fufir here. It looks like he's going to get hold of it. Hundro with a couple. 2 persuasion. He might eye up going high priority travel with intention of winning a fight and demand respecting his way to the friendship here. Arrakis Recruiter is also not outrageous. I don't entirely hate it. And he does go Recruiter. We see both high priority travels out there now, which is fascinating. Ball Atreides with a couple of persuasion. No experiment. He get that. So kicks up the face down shit. Great card for him. Stitched Horror comes out next. Oh my goodness me. Massive, massive card that. Ekaz has got 3 persuasion. He's eyeing up both high priorities. I would not take both. He should take Chome Delegate, though. Yep, that's just a ridiculous card for Ekaza. What a pull. Huge. And Baron Harkonnen with 5. I assume he's just going Fufir here. I assume he's going to go for Fufir. I assume that's what he played for. I think if is he really considering atomicing the row? That seems absolutely insane. Sardaukar Legion's great. Fufir Hawa is a really solid card. To atomics this row is unparalleled greed. But he is the Baron. Wow, that's absolutely insane. Fufir Hawa not good enough, but he finds the Surgeon. Man, there is no justice. How is Fufir Hawa not good enough? That is absolutely ridiculous. Lady Jessica, firm grip, Gil Bankers out there. And Romba will think that he actually could have taken this down here. As it is, it's second place Intrigue, couple of coins. Harvest Cells is pretty good for him, though. This pairs quite nicely with Demand here. And we'll move on. Baron, yeah, going to be pretty happy here. Baron's going to want to hit Wealth an absolute ton now. Trade Monopoly is next up for the conflict here. The shipping. All rewards here are good for everyone. Baron is a little bit spent, though, so he's not going to get any bonus spice at Imperial Basin, so Baron's going to have to work it out. No siege access. Because he didn't take the Fremen bump, so he's going to have to kind of manufacture this a little bit here. Ball Atreides is up first. No faction access, of course. There are worlds where Paul Atreides just got to go smuggling. You just got to go smuggling, take the cash, get your Swordmaster. If you can draw a faction access card, great. Finds experimentation, not what he was looking for. A little unfortunate. Ekaz will just be shipping. No, he will be signet ringing for Guild Bankers as well. Baron's got his signet ring online here. He's going to go to Arrakeen here. He's looking for faction access. He's looking for one of his big cards here. He's thinking about it. I think it's totally fine. I think the rest of your hand's not that great. I think Arrakeen is totally okay here. I don't hate it at all. No, convincing argument. 6 persuasion in hand, though. Oh, my goodness me. Baron Harkonnen might try tech negotiating again for Lady Jessica here. Adamada is found. It's a good card for later on. It's not helping him right now, though. I think that Limpin is a, I'm going to try and sneak my way to 3rd place and tech negotiate and go Lady Jessica. I think that's what's coming here. That's what it looks like to me. When you see those little Limpins like that, I think that tends to be what is going on here. Romba has got 2 actions. What does he want to do here? Interesting spot. He'll know that it's very unlikely there's any more faction access out around here. Does he just keep hitting... Does he go like Hagar Basin Still Suits or something? Romba's got to decide if he wants to win this fight or not. Trade Monopoly is a pretty good one. Does he just Hardy Warriors again? No, he's just going to go Great Flat here. Everyone's looking very heavy. Everyone's discard piles. A lot of that going on. Is Romba just going to go Great Flat Conspire here? Doesn't commit any forces. Interesting. Paul's Swordmaster. Ekaz will ship. Oh! Paul Atreides rips the robe, protecting it. Nice. That's a nice move, stopping him from ringing guild bankers. Unfortunately, he's peeled off in the shadows, which is a little unfortunate, but I like the move. Already Kaz is considering mentatting first. But he'd have to use his dagger to do it if he wants to ship, or gamble that he finds access. That's what he's thinking. He wants the mentat ship so he can coordinate and remove his dagger from play later on. But he'd have to gamble on finding the shipping access, and it's about a coin flip. Forward space, double experimentation. I think that's about it, really. And high priority, and charm. So he's got decent odds to get there. Yep. But he's gonna gamble. I don't hate the move. He's got to get in the shadows. He feels he can't leave that be. Curious to see what Baron Harkonnen's going to do next, by the way, here. 6 persuasion in hand. I wonder if Baron might reveal early anyways here. Depends what we see. So Ekaz is going to go for the spin. So there's a problem for Ekaz. He doesn't want to take this yet. He wants to, because this is giving him less odds of getting to ship him. He's now 6 out of 9. I don't think the shadows would be totally fine, though. He misses! EVBomb gambles and misses. Well, he knew the risk he was taking. And he's missed, and the players will know that he's missed. The way he reacted there. Wow, wow, wow. No shipping. Took the chance. 2 out of 3. A third of the time, you miss 100% of the time. That's exactly what happens there. So, didn't work out. Tried to high roll it. Could have just gone Mentats Interstellar, but was scared someone was going to reveal ahead of him. Baron Harkonnen finds blackmail, by the way. My gosh. Well, I think at this point, you might as well just get involved, Baron. I'd put them all in. I'd be putting them all in here. I don't know if you're going to use blackmail, but it's there if you need it. So, Romba Vernius is just eyeing up Conspire here. But he's no longer got Hardy Warriors. He's no city access. Recruitment's coming later. Surely you just go Conspire for Swordmaster later on, right? If you think Ekaz has missed, you go Conspire. He's got no water, no Hagar Basin access. Paul Trace is surely going there. He could also go Tech Negotiation for, like, Spy Satellites. It's also not outrageous, but I think Swordmaster's the way to go here. Oh, but he is! Oh, he's going Dreadnought as well! Okay, Romba Vernius decides to not Conspire. It's early Dreadnought and Spy Satellites. This is a huge, huge, huge decision. I don't think that's correct. I think he gets a Negotiator. Oh, he takes a Negotiator after the fact. Interesting. So he's leaving that for future techs here. Wow, what a choice. But Romban's going to have to get the spice together to pay for all of Demand Respect. Is he going to look to target round 3 Imperial Basin? Ekaz completely whiffs. Paul Atreides is going to get the cheapest second place you ever saw. Baron Harkonnen's going to reveal for 5 and take Esmar 2ek here. And he's going to take this combat down, which is kind of insane. Man, what a big round this has been. Esmar's going to go for sure here. Romba Vernius of 3 Persuasion. So that's 2 players that have saved their Seek allies this way around. I don't see any reason. Baron is considering Interstellar Conspiracy because it pairs with his Surgeon. But I think I'd just take Esmar a lot of the time. Oh, voice comes out. Huge card for Romba Vernius. I would be all over that. Oh, he rips it at 3! Oh, the greed. Well, he's got a couple of choices further. Shout Out Mapes isn't bad. To be honest, all cards are okay here. Depends how he sees it. I like Shout Out Mapes. From an access, it's the only alliance he's got any faction access with. He could also, yeah, spiritual and use that to get hold of Stitched Horror. That's also an option. And it's kind of hard to turn down, because if you don't do it, someone else surely is. I think, yeah, I guess your hand is kind of forced here. I think it's gotta be, right? I mean, Shadow Mapes is nice. It's a card I have warmed up to a lot over the course of time. Freight Fleet looks good, but it's gotta be for Stitch. There's no way around it. That's a big card for BlackStone here. Paul Atreides with 4. G-Manip looks good. And then Ekaz with 5. He does have his atomics. I suspect we'll see him spin. Oh, he's got 6, actually. Tech Negotiation. So Treachery is good enough. So Baron gets the win. He saves both his intrigues. And Paul Atreides gets an intrigue and a water for 1 troop and pulls Sleep Must Awaken. Big card. That's a great find. And we're going to move on. Huge round that. Round 3 is next. Imperial Basin. More victory points to the conflict. First flag control of the game. So Ekaz, obviously down a shipping because he missed it. He'll be ruining that. Baron finds Surgeon. He's got his specimens, of course, so he's going to start accelerating along that track here. Rhombovernius finds Seek Allies again. Paul Atreides, yeah, that's the only issue I've got for Paul. He picked up Voice Dungeon Initiative, which I like, but he's still got his Seek Allies about, which is kind of clogging his deck up a little bit here. He's got 3 actions, though, so it's not too bad. I would not be surprised to see Paul Atreides open with selective breeding, trying to pull an experimentation to pair with his Face Dungeon Initiative. That's how I would be approaching this. He does know what his top card is. It's his liaison. So Ekaz has got a couple of actions. I don't see how Ekaz deploys here. I assume he's going... Oh, is he going for cash? Is he thinking with Chum Delegate, like, to reveal and get his Swordmaster? I guess. The problem is, 2 players don't have Swordmasters outside of him, but none of them have any money. I don't hate going up and down. He's going to take the card draw, pulls a dagger. Not really what he was looking for, I don't think. Baron's got to go Imperial Basin, you'd think, here. But he's got Surgeon, he's got Diplo. He's got Freighter Fleet coming as well. Yeah, just go Wealth. Start off with that. Can't be a bad move. Whenever it's there, you've got to do it with Surgeon. It's too important. So he's going to get a 3rd intrigue here from the Talaxu. Man, Surgeon's so good. Calculate higher. That's pretty relevant. He doesn't have any spice right now, though. I can see him using that next round, though, to try and take advantage of lots of stuff going on. By the way, next card in the row up here is the Subject. Very strong card. Romba might have eyes on that. Couple actions to go. What do you want to do here as Romba? You've got to start getting the hammer down. I think experimentation is where I would begin. I think you've got to get 2 spice online to give yourself demand respect chances. I think you have to do this. If you can win this combat as well, he goes for the trash. Doesn't go for the bump. Interesting. Ooh, he takes out the dagger. Interesting. I think I would have kept the dagger for now. I suspect there are more troops coming. He's probably going to go to a city here and try and take this down. Did not find Recruiter. But Atreides goes Steel Suits. Does not have to... Ooh, interesting. Does not have to go selective yet. Rhombovernius would have to go there, which is, I think, a little unlikely. So he'll probably Diplo. I do think he has to go selective breeding, though. I think Portrait is very important. So Ekaz has got In the Shadows he's not playing. He's got Chom Delegate, which he's not playing. His full space card he's got. He's eyeing up potentially some Imperial Basin. Not some Imperials. He's eyeing up Hardy Warriors here, maybe. No, he's just going to take the smuggling here. And just so he can get hold of his Swordmaster. It also means he can still coordinate here as well, pretty much. So I suspect, well, that's all he's going to do here. So a bit of a, kind of a quiet round for ECAS here, but I'm not entirely shocked. Takes a bump with the Bene Gesserit. Not wanting to accelerate on spacing just yet. A little surprising. So Baron, not many options here. Virtually none. It's Diplo to, like, Secrets or Fold Space. That's about all he's got here. He could Mentat, but I don't really see much point. Freighter Fleet he's not using. Experimentation he can't use. And I don't see any reason to go Tech Negotiations. So I think it's just Secrets. Or Fold Space. Yeah, Fold Space is fine. It's there, I guess. It's shipping next round. Not ideal for Romba, actually. He did have eyes on that, but Romba might just demand respect the Fremen Alliance anyways. Ooh. Baron's got Freighter Fleet. I'd be going Fold Space here. Because then you can just double bump shipping next round and you work it from there. But I guess the problem is he's worried he's going to be in a Swordmaster fight with ECAS is the problem. So he's got to decide now, is he, if he was to bump shipping, he's basically giving up Swordmaster. Well, it's Secrets. Call the Market is the pull here. And Baron Harkonnen has a problem here. Baron Harkonnen cannot offload any of his cards. He's at risk of secret stealing. That could be a factor later here. Back to Romba. Romba's got to win this fight here. I think it's too important for Romba to win here. I think it's just Carthag for me. Get it in. Get Demand Respect off. Double bump Fremen. Get Harvest Cells off as well. Seek Allies is only going to Fold Space, which feels pretty bad. Selective Breeding feels pretty bad. What are you trashing? Feels like kind of a nothing move. I think for me, I guess you just got to take this down. You need battle points. You've got Spy Satellites. You've got Demand Respect on the Spies here. And the only opposition is Paul Atreides. For me, it's Carthag and get it in. And just get the job done. You're fighting for Basin as well, which is such a good flag for you. I see no other option here. Strategic push is found. That makes life a bit easier. Don't know if Romba will... I think Romba could just probably... Now, the thing is, Harvest Cells requires 3 troops to be in the combat here. So if he wants to get Harvest Cells off, he has to put all of them in. The Dreadnought is not a helping, but it's a bit of overkill for the fight. I guess there's no rush on Harvest Cells, but he just puts it in. Yeah, I don't hate this. I think this is too important. Victory point, Basin flag... Rushing alliances. I think you just got to do this. So Paul Atreides can just happily do a couple of random moves here. No, he's going to get 2 water here. For me, it's Selective Breeding. Or Mentat. Or Disposal Facility. Okay, he's going to do it this way instead. I don't hate this, but I did like the opportunity of trying to pull... I guess it would have been not easy to find. He doesn't want to draw his deck as Paul Atreides, I guess. So that's why he does it. So, ECAS with In the Shadows now active. Coordination now active. He's got 4 specimens. He's not going to go for subject right now. Just going to take the Beetle Bump, which is fine. What does he coordinate here? Takes out his other dagger. Looks fine to me. Chom Delegate's got some use left. So, Baron gets his shipping. And Baron's got to make a choice here. He has to go for money, surely. He gave up shipping, so he's got to take the coins. But Baron is at risk of secret stealing here, which is uncomfortable. And he won't enjoy this. Baron has to take the cash. If you decline shipping, you've got to take cash. I think to decline the false... Oh, look at this, and he is going to go here. He's that nervous of losing these intrigues. Oh, I guess, you're getting the bump there anyways. But he declined, so he's going to use Calculated High here to protect his hand and not take the cash. That will be noted by the players that he was obviously not wanting to lose any intrigues. Hundro's Romba here is going to take it down. Couple of Persuasion. I like Romba Vernius going Shadow Mapes. I actually think Shadow Mapes is a really good card for him right now. Bit of unpredictability in the battle. The Fremen access. Assuming he's going that way is going to be good. I think Straight Up Mapes to me is a solid card and does go for it. Chris Knife turns up as well, which could be useful later. Paul's just going to go fold space. Nothing else to do. Free Persuasion. Don't know if Paul's going to buy anything here. Is Chris Knife ever good for him? Maybe? Nah, just another liaison. So, Romba takes it down. I don't know if he's getting strategic push or not. I'm supposing he probably won't. So, Harvest Sales and Demand Respect both fire off here. He does go from an alliance. Makes logical sense to me. Especially once Baron decided not to take that Fremen bump as well. I think this makes total sense. Curious to see what Hunjo's gonna, what Romba's gonna do in regards to these specimens here. He needs to put his Dreadnought down. Carfag looks good. Not spending them. He's gonna hold them there. Interesting. I do think this is not a bad setup though for Black. He's doing alright so far. More conflict victory points. Desert Power is the next one up here. Water available as well. Paul Atreides has got the monopoly right now. And we'll move on here. People apparently love pressing the shuffle button in this game. So Baron Harkonnen is going to be going calculated high. He repulls... Oh, he repulls the Surgeon here, but he needs progress. So he's just going to go Interstellar Shipping. He's going to grab the Mentat. This is going to give him his specimen to try to get the wealth. I don't know if he's going to get there. Paul Atreides might go wealth occasionally here, just to block it up. Now the players realize why he didn't take the Solari. I could definitely see Paul Atreides going to wealth every now and again. Gets him his friendship as well, and if Baron does have Surgeon, it kind of makes him a bit stuck here. Kind of coming into a fight. Which he doesn't ultimately mind, I guess. So Romba's got two actions. He finds Stitched. He finds Recruiter. Not much else going outside that, though. Does Romba Vernius just go, like, Siege or something and just take double water? He does need to trash some cards, though. Maybe you could trash with Stitched. Depends how you see it. Not sure what his plan is. No ring. He's got a couple of negotiators with Ix to pick up some stuff later on. You just go, like, Great Flat double water. And kind of try and put Paul Atreides in the spot where you're threatening Great Flat. Paul Atreides would love to get there, but has no access. No, just going to play the Recruiter here. So he gets an extra troop. Urgent mission is found. It's pretty nice. I don't expect we'll see him commit just yet. Wonder when that's going to get played. I don't know. So Paul Atreides has got kind of limited access here. He's in a spot of bother. Fall space looks fine, although I don't know if anyone's going to beat you to it. Like, I think wealth is okay in case Baron does have it, which he does this time round. Secrets is not great. Still Suits doesn't feel great when you've got 4 already. Hardy Warriors feels excessive. Bit of chat going on here. No, just goes for Fall Space and just banks it for later on. So Ikaz has got a variety of actions. He finds Chome Delegate again. Just going to go get Swordmaster. Be done with it. I think that's fine. Surely he just pulls Freighter Fleet here. I imagine he pulls Freighter Fleet. Unload cards are just so good for Ikaz. Just get them in your hand, reveal them, trash them coordination, get that double bump. I think it's Freighter Fleet for me. The problem is, he's already got a lot of triangle access, and that is a bit of a concern. Baron has to go wealth. I think that's mandatory. I mean, anytime you've got Talaxu Surgeon and there's an open alliance and you've got 2 specimens, you got to go Wealth. Unless there is a specific reason you're doing something else. He's trying to think about what he's going to do after that. Esmond Tuick he'd love to reveal. The problem is I don't really know what he's actually going to do here. So he's actually going to play Esma to Arrakeen. He's going to double draw and he's going to go for this fight here. He figures he's going to get a bump out of Esmond Tuick and that pays for blackmail. If he needs it. He finds Diplo, which isn't what he was looking for. He was hoping he'd find that later on, but he has not. I can only assume Baron Harkonnen's going in here. And he is. Rombo's up. Surely it's a difficult fight for Rombo to look to try and get involved here. He was hoping to get Arrakeen, though. Rombo's got a problem. I think Rombo Vernier should consider... I think we're back to Stitched and Double Water here. At Siege. Oh, dear, I apologize. Now, what else are you doing here? Tech Negotiation. You could just... You could Stitch with Dagger, Tech Negotiation, and just take Training Drones. I don't hate that, but your ring's coming up, so it's not that necessary. I just like Double Water for Rombo Vernius here. Like, Paul Atreides has not yet gone Great Flat. He might not go Great Flat, and he can get your ring there next round. That's a huge boon. You're threatening a lot of stuff. But he is just going to take Training Drones now. I don't hate it. I mean, it's fine. It's a totally fine move. I just think Cetra's a little better. I just think that water's really important here. But he doesn't agree. He's going to use the trash here just to get rid of the daggers. I'll get it out of there. It's the 2 ways you see it. You could go either way, but I think in a Spy Satellites game, I think that 2 water for, like, Great Flat and threatening, like, Highlighter and stuff, I think is pretty important. Now Paul Atreides can just kind of starve it with a plum. To the fact you might even see Paul Atreides go for, like, steel suits here. And just completely shut people out of Siege access and the water and such and protect it. Paul Atreides also wants Siege access himself as well, because his hand is really difficult. So I could definitely see Paul Atreides go Steel Suit Siege here. And then he's just got infinite Research Station. He might Research Station first, though. Which he does. Gene Manipulation, Experimentation found. Okay, gets a Research. He'll bump down, I assume, for the intrigue. I kind of like bumping up where you can, but I guess you've got Disposal. Well, that helps. That helps a lot. That's a pretty good intrigue. He's at 6 Persuasion as well, actually, so he might need Charisma to get the Disposal trash. He'd rather save for a Spice Must Flow, but he's gonna try and, like, plan this out here. So he has a couple of actions. Surely just go Steel Suits or Hardy Warriors. Kind of hard to go Hardy Warriors when you've got no intrigues and Baron sitting there free. Pulls his Diplo. That's an enormous, enormous result. Yukaz's going to put in the 1 troop. I think he will get 2nd place of that, and I think he's possibly right. Still got the Surgeon. He has to play Surgeon. He's got to play Surgeon. It gets him his Talaxi point, gets him the Spice. Just the question is, do you go Wealth? He's going to go Wealth here thinking he's good for the combat, which he does look it. CheGuevara is having a kind of an easy run of this at the moment. No one's really making his life difficult at all. This is all too easy for the Baron. Starts surging ahead here. Rombo has urgent mission. Rombo Vernius is considering urgent missioning Carthag and taking advantage of the fact the Baron did not deploy and putting him under pressure with strategic push. He's got training drones as well. But he declines. It's going to take an intrigue. I wouldn't have hated it. Economic positioning is found. It's not bad. I mean, it's not impossible that Rottenberg can get that point. Bit of work to do, though. Takes a liaison. I don't know if I like that. I mean, he's only got 11 cards. He's done some trashing, actually. He's got both his daggers. Actually, yeah, it's totally fine. I think one liaison's fine. I'm just trying to think. You want to see Stitched and such, like, as much as humanly possible. So you don't want to just buy willy-nilly cards. Yeah, he's taken both his daggers out, so this is totally fine. So Paul's got 6. If he wants to take an action, he'd have to use Charisma to get his disposal trash, which I assume he wants. There's a bit of chat going on. They are in a VC here. They're busy chatting away. Paul's got some options. Hag a Basin doesn't look too bad. Doesn't want to use Diplo. He is going to hag a Basin, so I assume Charisma's coming here. It's going to limp the troop in. Wants the Spice. Obviously needs it for Sleeper. And Ekaz with Diplo in hand. Sure, he's playing it. Secrets looks good. Does Armin Ekaz get... Oh, he wants to go shipping, though. You got Diplo in hand. But when you got Choem Delegate... I mean, you could just reveal Choem Delegate and that gets you the High Council later. Oh, Romba forgot to use his Trading Drones for the troop. Looks like the table have said, alright, you get it this one time, but don't rely on that. I mean, it's certainly fine for Ekaz just to go and not worry about the shipping right now. I would rather use Diplo and let Choem Delegate reveal for High Council next round. I think it's a tempo thing, you know? You're going to Spice Must Flow somewhere. Secrets is going to push you in front of the Alliance. You could go Hardy Warriors. But it's a very brave move when Baron's sitting there with 3 intrigues and you have none. Baron can just play perfectly against you, so... You know. Trying to plot out the game here. I think Secrets is fine. Instead of shipping, Infiltration is fine. I just like the idea of being able to let Choem Delegate reveal. I guess you can always trash it with Coordination, though. Yeah, and that's what he's going to do. So he's going to take the shipping bump. I imagine he might even trash this. But we'll see. He has to trash from in play with Coordination, reminder. So Baron's going to get the win here. Baron's life, again, very easy at the moment. Free Persuasion. I don't know that he'll buy anything. He might buy Chris Knife just for some Fremen access. Oh, he's got 4 Persuasion. Nope, not bothering at all. I think I would have considered buying either Court Intrigue or Chris Knife, just to have it there. Takes a liaison. He's thinking partially about calling the market. No one feels excessively well set up for it. Paul Atreides with 5. He's going to take Subject, which is a bump. Going to top deck it as well. He has got that, so it looks pretty good for Paul here. He's going to be looking to target Mentat here with that, I assume. Doesn't play Charisma. He's going to hold on to that for a Spice Must Flow. Ekaz with 4. I feel like Ekaz is going to just take his chances on a rip. Well, here we go. TM, Chani, Choem Directorship, Truthsayer, and Lisan Al-Gaib. One of the funnest cards in the game to name. I should take the Truthsayer, but yeah, there's some fun stuff out there. Paul Atreides has got half an eye on Choem Delegate now, by the way. There wouldn't be a worst card for him in the world. It's getting interesting. So Baron gets an easy win. It's a spice apiece for Ekaz and Paul Atreides. Baron with his 2 victory points can probably just take it easy for a couple of rounds and build up for a round 7 and just end the game with 12 swords in hand. I suspect that's what you're going to see here. Baron needs to get an alliance, though. Freighter Fleet draws will help. Romba refined Stitched Horror for round 5. And it's more battle points. Terrible Purpose. They're all coming out here. There's quite a lot of unload cards dotted about as well, so there's some extra value to be had here. Robert Vernies, you think, has to win this fight, right? You think he's got to win this. He's in danger of falling behind. He's got Spy Satellites, of course. He needs the Fremen Alliance. He's got Diplo. So you have to go still suits, right? The problem for Romba, he is struggling with action economy. It's not actually as bad as it looks. I think for me as Romba Vernius, I'm looking to go still suits and trying to threaten Great Flat. I don't think it's likely to get there because of EKAZ. But if EKAZ deems that he's got something else he wants to do, you get there. It's Feminine Alliance. You need it. It still suits me. You've got no water. It's 2 water for you. It's troops and dreadnoughts into the conflict. I see absolutely no reason not to be using the still suits here. Surely it's like an automatic move. Use it with training drones. 8 strength into the conflict. It's not easy for EKAZ to get into to go at you. You do know EKAZ pulled treachery a while back though, and you've yet to see it, so it is looming. I just don't see how you don't go still suits here. Like, it has to be the move, right? Yeah, it's got to be the move. Do you training drones? I would training drones at the same time, personally, and just get it in and say, I'm committing myself to this. But opting not to yet. Pull Atreides. Oh, he's got ship. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Subject has shipping acts as well. Forgot about that. EKAZ with a load of actions. In the Shadows is in hand. He's just going to take the Great Flat Spice. Yep. Oh, man. Is Armored EKAZ eyeing up Highliner? Who knows? And a troop limps in. This is terrible news for Romba. That one limping troop, that is a terrible news for Romba. I think Highliner's coming here. And Romba Vernius is in a lot of trouble. Baron's just going to be allowed to smuggle here and get to his Swordmaster. Baron's got to decide where he's taking this bump here. I think normally he would have just gone ahead and gone Spacing Alliance, but all of a sudden that feels a lot less comfortable, doesn't it? I would honestly keep the bump there, and that's your blackmail. And I would target something else. Just take like the Emperor Alliance, just garrison a load of troops. Always thinking of bumping up for techs. With Freighter Fleet, that's what he's considering. I think you gotta get your Swordmaster. I know what you're thinking, I know why you're thinking it. If you're bumping up, you're playing for Mentat. If that gets taken from you, you got a problem. Poor Atreides likes Mentat. Armored EKAZ would not mind Mentat. He's committing up, so they know he's got Freighter Fleet in hand. No, he's just going to take the tier 2. He is not buying any techs here. I like the idea of just getting the Emperor Alliance on and having those 2 troops in garrison, personally. Just get it done. Nah, just takes the friendship point. Okay, I guess. But he's not buying any techs here. Just taking the level 2 shipping. So Romba, what does he want to do? He's got to decide now, I think, if he's playing an urgent mission this. It's almost impossible to when Armored EKAZ has actions on you. You've got no Mentat access. This is really ugly. Could just stitch some experimentation to Imperial Base and just claim a ton of resources. And that's what we see. Gonna bump down. Interesting. He's gonna take the Beetle from Stitched. What else did he take here? Trashing's not too great. Might just take the water. It's really hard to take the troop and just commit fully with training drones. Like, it's very difficult. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Surely not. There's no way he's about to do this, is there? Surely not. He's gonna charge a price. He's gonna charge a price here for EKAZ, but if he's doing this, he's basically putting them all in! He knows EKAZ has got treachery, though. If he's doing this, he's committing! Wow, this is... Here we go. Romba Vernius is committing here. Well, well, well. And Arman Ikaz is being put to the test here. He's saying, I've got 3 intrigues, you've got 1. What are you going to do? Are you just going to lob it all in at Highliner? Do you want to do that? Putting him to the sword here. Paul Atreides just going to select a breed. He's after his Spice Must Flows. 9 Persuasion, plus Charisma coming. He's got his ring as well. He's in good shape here. I don't know if Paul Atreides goes for Chom Directorship first, though. Arman Ikaz does not have to commit Highliner right now. It's in no danger. He's got a free move. Does Ikaz ever just Mentat here? I think Ikaz considers just Mentatting here. He does. Liaison found. He's not dispatching Treachery. And I don't see he's ever getting rid of high priority travel here. I think he's going to keep hold of that, so I assume Convincing is going. Highliner is on its way. So what is Romba Vernius going to do here? Like, now you've committed yourself. Is this just an overreach from Romba? Do you just, like... Was it just worth just not getting involved here? I fear he might have erred. Maybe he just thinks he's just got to charge Ikaz the maximum here. But it's Baron Harkonnen who's running away with this game, not Armand Ikaz. Is he just going to look to retreat some of these troops of economic? It's only 2, though. Baron gets his Swordmaster. I cannot see how Romba Vernius is going to go ahead and use Urgent Mission here. Well, what is the plan? I don't think Armand Ikaz is going to deny the Highliner here. I just can't see it. But maybe he's trying to play and suggesting that he's got some intrigue fun coming here. That's what he's basically saying. I've got battle intrigues. Come at me. Brinkmanship this. It's basically a complete bluff. What is going to happen here? Paul Atreides with 9. Ring is coming, I would imagine. He could also hang a basin, for example, with experimentation and just reveal for Chom Directorship. Which I don't hate. All the friendships to claim here. It's being noted by BlackStone, which is true. No atomics are left out there either, so he can go for it with aplomb. It's either experimentation or ring. He might not want to draw, though. He's got a lot of good cards to come here. I think Paul Atreides going like Hagar Basin is fine. He's also considering tech negotiation for holo projectors with his liaison. That way he doesn't have to draw. That's the other thing he's considering doing here. Yep. He doesn't go for tech negotiation. He doesn't go for holo projectors, which is surprising. Really good tech for Paul as well. One of his best techs. So Arman Ikaz has 2 actions. Romba is revealed, but those 3 intrigues are gonna be plaguing him here. What do you do with high priority travel? High priority travel has currently got absolutely nowhere to go. Which is kind of forcing Ikaz's hands. If he's gonna highline, he's gotta do it now, you'd think, for the water. High priority has nowhere to go. The only place it could have gone was tech negotiation, funnily enough. And that has been blocked. Ikaz can't get High Council. He cannot get to Dreadnoughts. No money. So if he's going to commit, it's... Oh, he's off to Carthag first. It's the only other move he's got. Romba must know that it's coming. And he must be prepared for this. Machine Culture is found for Ikaz. Can't use it because he's about to use his Spice. Romba knows it's coming. So he must... I can only assume Romba Vernius' plan is to use economic positioning to retreat these troops. It's the only thing that makes any lick of sense here. Right? It's the only thing that makes any sense. Baron's got his ring. He'd have to go to Arrakis. He doesn't really want to because he's having to cycle his deck, but he wants the intrigue. Yeah, that's the only problem. He could go Haga Basin instead, if he wants to protect his hand draw. Pulls his dagger. No, I guess you can live with that. You can just limp in freely here. Limping in for a spice looks totally good to me. Might not bother. Thinking ahead for like round 6 and 7 conflicts, but I think 1 spice is totally fine. So Paul Atreides with 8 persuasion. I can only assume he's going for Throne Directorship here. It will be 3 victory points for friendships and an extra bump with spacing, which I don't think that's going to ever be of particularly much use. Paul Atreides is probably going to have to fight for the Bene Gesserit Alliance is the only thing. How many cards has Paul got left in his draw pile? 6. So I assume he will be off to selective breeding, trashing recon and stuff here, I would guess. He's also got, whatever you want to call it though, disposals, so we'll see. Anyways, there's all the friendships. I think I like this over the Spice Must Flow, personally. I think this is a little stronger for him. That will go for that. And here comes the Highliners. So it's 2 troops minimum. Except Ikaz is, well, his bowl's empty. Not that he cares. He's just going to whack it in. Man, look at this from Armored Kaz. He cannot take negotiators, by the way. It'd have to be the Talaxu. Probably the only problem for Ikaz here. He's having to spend his stuff here. He is very concerned about Romba Vernius having battle intrigues here. And Romba's got the spice. He's got the alliance. Allied Armada would be brutal here. Allied Armada would be a disaster for Ikaz. He's got no swords. He might end up committing everything in here just to try and make certain of this. It's such a heavy commitment. To come second place, he would be nuts. I think he's putting this in. Allied Armada, if Romba Vernius has it, he loses. It would be 10 troops for water and a spice. He has to commit this. But this is causing damage to Ikaz long term. Now he's getting his Talaxu's point is looking a little dicey here. So Ikaz commits everything. Baron will do nothing. Ikaz with a coin. And I assume Romba Vernius is retreating with economic. Right? Has to be. It's got to be what's going on, right? It's going to trash that with coordination, interestingly. Okay, I guess. I mean, it's fine. Has to be a trash from in play with coordination, notably. He doesn't want to get rid of in the shadows. Yeah. So we'll see if Romba's going to do anything. I can only assume he's playing economic. I think you should be playing economic here. Yeah, and does play economic positioning. So Ikaz has been had a little bit. He'll take the point, but man, it was expensive. And Romba Vernius, I think, realizes that it's the Baron who's the threat. It's still expensive second place for the water and the spice. Ikaz will trash Freighter Fleet from his discard pile to cash in more shipping, so you don't have to worry about that ever again. Is he just going to rebump the Spacing Guild with this? I would guess. I mean, he might not bother. He's got in the shadows. He's going to think that's going to ward it off here. So, huge round coming from Romba Vernius here. He has got 3 points in the back pocket, but he knows that Baron is the significant problem here. Big round. This might well decide the course of this game. No. No, these are not yet recalled, so I do not believe you can. The Harvest Cells is done after the recall, technically speaking, so you can put them up, but no, they're still committed. Yeah, it's a valid question, that. I forgot about that. Yes, so with Freighter Fleet here, all his troops are committed. They are not yet put into the bowl, because this is still on combat cleanup, so these are not yet returned to the bowl. He cannot generate troops. Forgot about that. There's no way he trashes in the shadows here. He doesn't have to trash. He feels like he should. The other convincing, I think, is fine. But I'm pretty sure that is the correct ruling. If I'm wrong, then, well, I guess I'm an idiot. But yeah, Harvest Sales is done technically after the troops get resolved. It's a bit of a weird timing. Anyways, round 6 is more conflict victory points. They're everywhere. Pull ships. Pull ships. And Paul Atreides bumps the Emperor. Paul Atreides realizes the old man is a problem here. And he's going to go ahead. He takes flagships. He's going to bump down with the Talaxu here as well. And he's going to get in front of the Emperor Alliance here. Realizes Baron's got to be stopped. It's a huge point swing for Paul Atreides here. He's got money to spend as well. Paul Atreides might go heavy here for Carthag. Thinking that he's not going to win next round. He needs Spice to Save Must Awaken. That's the only problem with this strategy here. But Paul Atreides might just absolutely throw it all in here. Ikaz with Shadows and Delegate. You think Armin Ikaz has probably got a... I mean, High Council, and then instead of shipping for, like, say... well, he doesn't have to ship for a tech. He's going to go Research Station first. He's desperately looking for his Talaxu point here, because obviously he gave up all those all the cubes. So he's trying to make up for that. Baron's going to target the Bene Gesserit Alliance. He needs an alliance for Alad Armada here. It's absolutely crucial that he gets it. Secrets is interesting. He's a little bit nervous again about not having a card he can't use and being secret stolen. Well, that is one he can use. Refocus. That'll get used pretty quickly here. Not right now. But that's why he's looking at his discard pile, trying to see what's going on here. Romba Vernius still does not have his Swordmaster. This is the only problem with Spice Satellites when you're playing like Romba, for example. You start buying Dreadnoughts here. Action economy is a problem. He goes High Council for Restrictive Ordnance. It's +4 swords on all combats. That's exactly what's going on here. Romba Vernius is gearing up here. This is going to be a mess next round. Double TM on the row. Oh my goodness me. My memory's also pretty good. It's all happening here. Including my voice. Wow. Well, no one's deployed. Paul Atreides has to decide if it's this combat he's going for or the next one. It's as simple as that. And I think judging by the amount of violence that is starting to beckon here, it's very uncomfortable. Romba's only got one action, though. And Romba has committed all of his money. So Romba is never getting to... He's never getting to Swordmaster this game. It's Siege. It's going in. Paul feels he's got to do it now, and I agree. I think this is the time to go in. You got to take Carthag here and get the victory point, and then you're going to have to... I don't know where your last points are coming, though. He's thinking Spice must flow, Steam must awaken round 7, and take the combat and just end the game next round. That's what he's thinking. Battle point, Steam must awaken, Spice must flow next round. That is the exact plan Paul Atreides has here. 100% that's what he's going for. Whether he'll get it or not is another question. Ikaz will ship. I think he'll bump down and up. As workers are flying all over the place. I think he'll go down and up because he's still going to get some bumps here. I don't think he's after any of the tech specifically. Hollow Projectors is interesting because he has got a load of unload cards. He could go Hollow Projectors. That's about the only thing. He's got the Negotiator up there. It is free. But if he goes up and down, he's got no... He might not have any prospects of shipping next round. That's what he's thinking here. But he's going to take a gamble. Is it him who's still got the freighter fleet? Yes, he never trashed it, did he? He's still got it. So in that case, it's 100% Hollow Projectors. 100% you go up and down and take that. I have no idea if you're going to Hollow Project this round. Oh, he's going to protect his alliance, so he thinks he can get his 2 friendship points. Ikaz has fallen behind points-wise, though. He's got a lot of work to do. Machine Culture is just kind of sitting there. But he might, if like Memo Call or something pops out, he might grab it. That's the thing with Machine Culture. He's going to get, I think he should get the tech first and see what is intrigues and see what comes up with. It's like Memo Corders. Oh, he goes invasion ships! Well, I didn't see that coming. You'd think he had, like, rapid mobilization. Sonic Snoopers is next. Oh. Wow, a little surprise there. I'm a little surprised he went invasion ships. Didn't expect that. I don't quite know exactly what that's achieving. I guess, other than shipping next round, I guess. That's about it. Baron's just going to smuggle. Baron's just going to chill here. Baron kind of wants to go wealth, maybe. I don't know. He also needs to get his specimens going for Surgeon here. That's the thing here. You might see Baron do this, and he's going to bump down. It's going to be obvious that he's playing for Surgeon. Problem is, I don't know. It's not easy for Baron to get this final Talaxu point. He's have to bump down, play Surgeon, and then find another experimentation. But it's going to be obvious that's what's going on here. Poor Atreides will be conscious of this and thinking maybe he's got to protect wealth here. Here come bumps. Baron cashes the ship. He trashes his freighter fleet. Bene Gesserit Alliance is secured. It's a 5th. Oh, that's huge. Shadowy Bargain. Well, now he doesn't have to worry about it. Talaxu Surgeon, and that will just be a point. So it's not even an issue now. But again, his hand is a bit of a mess. He might just play Refocus and Shadowy Bargain. Oh, but now he's... Shadowy Bargain's really weird with Surgeon. He kind of doesn't want to use it. There's a lot of good cards to be sold on there. Call the market. No one has bought Spicer's Flow yet. Romba finally gets off Seek Allies. He's going to go aggressive here. He's got Shout Out Mapes. Romba Vernis is going to commit here. But surely he's going to leave Baron to mop up next round. I think Romba feels he's running out of time. He's got +4 swords for the restricted. He's got the Dreadnought as well. Paul Atreides gets an act, though. Romba knows he's always got urgent missions should he need it. What does Paul do here? Paul is going to be nervous about the Emperor Alliance. No doubt about that. But he knows that Baron needs his Fremen friendship somewhere. It's some sort of faction. He could just go wealth and defend. It don't feel great, though. Steel suits. Paul Atreides got to work out if he's going to win this fight or not. The problem is, how does he... oh, sorry. How does he win this fight anymore? With no battle intrigues in hand, the only way he can win it is Carthag and hope... Oh, he finds talents! It's +4 swords! Oh, he pauses Initiate, which is the last card. He knew it. Oh, my goodness me. What an insane pull for Paul Atreides. That is a disaster for BlackStone, who's now in trouble. BlackStone might urgent mission here and commit more forces. He might not feel he's got enough at this point. Oh, man. Are those two about to tie? Surely not. Ikaz invades secret. So here we go. It's an intrigue still on the Baron. Counterattack is found, and Baron is in trouble here. He could lose a lot of cards. If he loses like Alad Armada, next round is a problem. What's going to lose here? Big draw. Shadowy Bargain is lost. Not a disaster for Baron. He can live with that. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's not great either. It means he's going to have to do another research next round to secure this Talaxu point, is what that means. So Baron's got Carthag or Wealth. I don't see how he ever goes Conspire. Conspire seems insane. Oh, man. Does Baron Harkonnen go Arrakis to try and get the 6th spice? No, he is going to fight here. And Paul Atreides has problems. Another intrigue for the Baron. Grand Conspiracy now found. He's got the influence, but he doesn't have Spice and Slow, and he doesn't have the Dreadnoughts. Or the High Council, so it's hard to see how Baron's going to score that. If you go High Council and get the Spice and Slow, it's basically it's bonus points, but he's got Corner as well. But Paul Atreides realizes he's in a lot of trouble here. And it is urgent mission. And Robert Vernies is going to commit here. It's sunk cost now. It's all going in. And this is a catastrophe. He is worried about next round, of course. He's hoping that Ekaz wins the next fight and beats Baron. It's the only hope he's got here. He's also maybe a little bit worried about a rapid mobilization, but I can't see how that happens here. So Romba's plan is win this fight and hope that Ekaz beats Baron next round. And it goes 8 rounds. I think that's the best you can do. The only thing is, when you got Spy Satellites, you can't end the game. You're relying on other people finishing the game and then catching up at in the end games. Well, this is a terrible spot for Paul Atreides. This has gone really poorly for him. He committed. And there's nothing he can do here. There's absolutely nothing he can do here. 4 persuasion. Other memory he might as well take, but this is dire straits for Paul Atreides. Ekaz gets the bump, puts more pressure on the Baron. It's another intrigue. Stage incident is now found. There's secrets everywhere. And he trashed it with coordination for the steal. It's a good move. I like it. He's going to have to pick up his friendship points elsewhere somehow, though, and I'm not entirely sure he's going to get that, but he feels he has to beat back Baron here. Shadowy's just going to be played for the specimen. Takes the point now. He doesn't have to play anything else. He is first act next round. There's no more chance of any secret stealing. But it frees up troops for next round. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath. It's going to be great. I assume Ekaz is just going to play recruit mission next round. He could recruit a mission. He's got 3 persuasion. He could recruit for 4 and take like Lisanne. Does he really want to top deck it though? He needs Fremen access actually. I think you do top deck Lisanne. With intentions of going Fremen with it. Steel suits. Owen Ekaz probably feels like he has to win the fight though. Ooh. Ooh. Baron with 3. He won't do anything. Romba with 6. Will not retreat a troop. He'll take a TM because he might as well. He may or may not get any use out of that. And that's going to do it. So Romba Vernius takes it down. It's expensive. Paul Atreides fires 9 troops for an intrigue and a spice. He's gonna play talents to tie to protect his hand here. Even my apologies. The sword is good for red. So Paul Atreides on intrigue protection, which I think is reasonable with all the secret stealing going on. There's heavy fighting. He finds a Benny bump. It's not doing anything for him. Unless he finds memo callers or plans, it's a kind of a dead intrigue. And he's nowhere near getting a trash on the Talaxu here. So Romba takes the point. Goes for Arrakis in the end, which I don't think it's too relevant. I mean, he's got all 3 flags, so he might as well go there. Here we go. Round 7. What is going to happen here? It's no flag. It's Grand Vision. It's Grand Vision. And there are alliances to fight for here. Well, well, well. Who does that benefit? We're going 8. I don't know if we're going 9. It's been a while since I've commentated a 9-round game. Wow. Wow, this is fun. I'd say this is probably a good result for Romba Vernius. It's probably a good result for Paul Atreides as well, truthfully. Is there any way anyone can end the game? Ekaz could get 2 friendships and Spiceless Flow. That's 3 points. And if he can do it with stage, he can get 4. So Arman Ekaz could maybe end this. Spice must flow, double friendship and staged. I don't see how anyone else wins this, truthfully. And Baron Harkonnen's got an interesting spot with the Emperor. Ekaz is just gonna, mentat and put troops in. I think he has to get stage instant off. Counterattack will get stage instant off. So that point is secure, basically. Don't have to worry about that. Ekaz needs 2 friendships and Spice must flow. That's basically where he's at here. Desperately needs Fremen access. Doesn't find it. He could go into the shipping, though. I think Arman Ekaz might end this game. Baron hardways it at wealth to take the alliance here. Not willing to rely on Grand Vision to do the job. No specimens. He's still got to research for a point. Can Baron end it? Baron's got problems here as well. Like, he's just absolutely rife for secret stealing here. But no one has access, which is wild. Romba refound Talaxu Master. Wow, what a spot this is. Is there any way Romba could, like, get in position for, like, a Highliner next round and beat Baron to it? Romba's at 5, effectively 5+3. What does he do? TM. What are you doing with TM? Up and down on the track and, like, use that to recycle strategic push, try and find something better. I don't think push is doing a lot for you right now. And I think Romba Vernis could conceivably go for Spice Must Flow. Do you go Research Station? Do you go Research Station and go for a Spice Must Flow here? You could use it to get a lot of spice as well. I think Research Station might happen here. Yeah, and it is. Yeah, I thought so. Experimentation. Oh, he finds Stitch. That's nice. Does Romba Vernius go for the Talaxu point now? He does. So he's going to play Stitched for a bump. And I think Romba's going to go up and down on Talaxu track here to get his final Talaxu point and go Spice Must Flow. It's going to be 2 points. What he does beyond that, though, I'm not too sure. But at least it gets him in theory to 10. Paul's just going to grab Spice. I don't think he's going to bother trashing here. It's not mandatory. He might just get rid of experimentation, but I would probably just keep hold of it. I don't know if it really matters too much here. But it's on Arman Ekaz. An EVBomb might get over the line here. The problem is he needs Spice Must Flow. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 persuasion currently. Wealth has been blocked. He can't get to the Emperor. Oh, how did he not get Emperor first? Ooh. When Baron and Portrays are fighting for the Alliance, I think Ekaz made a mistake there. So he's just going to cement the Bene Gesserit Alliance. He finds Cole. It's another secret steal. Ooh, didn't want to do that. That's a misclick. Be careful with this stuff. Well, they saw there was some blue, and they just saw there was a lot of crazy stuff in there. He finds refocus. How does Baron miss all of that? What? That's ridiculous. Can you believe that? Oh my god. Baron wanted to look back at what that was. I would have told him no, truthfully. And the rest of Ekaz's action. Forgot to do his agent box. The game being played in pretty decent spirits, which is good. I could definitely see some tales of, like, say, you know, once you pass your action, that's it, you're done. You know, we're at the business end of a quarterfinal here. This game is very close. I don't know if this game's ending now. It doesn't look like it.
I don't think anyone's playing to end it anymore this round. We're going 8 rounds. What's going to happen beyond there, though? Who knows? This should be most interesting. What is Baron's move here? Esmar Tuek probably... No one's putting any troops in this fight yet. Like, Grand Vision is not a bad thing for the Baron, by the way. He can put pressure on the Spacing Alliance. He can get his Fremen point with that. Steel Suit it is. Don't hate it. Start getting some forces in. No one's bothered yet. Baron edging his way closer. Baron Harkonnen might be eyeing up Esmar Tuek and Spacing Alliance still. I think that's legitimately what he's considering. Oh my goodness. And blackmail at the Bene Gesserit, for example. Romba has to go Imperial Basin. I think this is pretty much mandatory. Oh, but he's only got 8 persuasion. Oh, he's only got 8 persuasion. He's going to be reliant on the card draw from Talaxian Master getting him over the line here. Tactician is now found. I think you still bump up here as Romba Vernius. You've got to put... I think you've got to put a troop in here, minimum. You've got to be, obviously, trying to fight for this spice here in the conflict. That's Highliner access. He might decline, though. He's got to research. I think he's got to bump up. Trash strategic push for a draw. And this way, he just guarantees the spiceless flow. Push is done. His push isn't going to help anymore. So he gets a redraw. Recon is found. Spiceless flow is safe. Expedite is found. He's just going to limp in here and try and limp in first free spice. I'd be honest, I would have strongly considered putting in 2. If double cross is out there, you're an obvious target. Especially when you've got, you know it's not a great fight for you, but I would have put in 2 troops personally, just to protect from that. Arakeen, money for Romba. Diplo found for Paul Atreides. Also pulls his liaison. I don't know why he was presciencing it, like, it's a mandatory pull. Ikaz with a couple of actions. Getting very deep into this match now. I just don't see how Ikaz can win this. He needed both friendships. He can't get them. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 persuasion now. Ikaz could go for a tech. Ikaz could coal freighter fleet with, like, interstellar shipping, for example, to get hold of, like, I don't know, like, holoprojectors or something, or maybe even go for sonic snoopers. You could trash refocus, trash culture. No, he's going to redraw. But he's got to go for the spiceless flow. That helps. That's a good sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8 persuasion now, but Ikaz is still short. I think Ikaz is going to use Tome Delegate to ship and look to go High Council. Get his spiceless flow. I think that's what he's going to do here. And they can always just cull out Delegate if he needs to. I feel like that's the way forward Ikaz is going to go. He's found no faction access, which I think is what he was also trying to look for, but he couldn't get both. So I think for me it's shipping. Take one of the friendships. I don't know which one. I think you gotta go High Council. I think it's up and down on High Council here. The problem is, though, is that his garrison is going to be building up. And he's a little bit conscious of that. Yeah. Red saying blue is nervously close. Blue is going to try and end it. If blue wins the conflict and gets the Talaxu point, game does end. Red is correct. Ikaz still has an action, though. And here comes Ismar Tuek, as noted. So he's not going to go for the... the Talaxu point. He's going to go for the Alliance... Oh, my goodness. Oh, Ikaz went up twice. Wow. Well, now this has got interesting. Ikaz has to ship now and protect his alliance. Otherwise, the game's just over, right? But now he's losing his Spice Must Flow. Wow, this is interesting. I can only assume that's what Ikaz is going to do here. Maybe use holo projectors, try and like take out his convincing for a 2 persuasion cards. Has he got any more 2 persuasion cards? I don't know. But Ikaz now knows that he's going to have to defend his alliance. There's no more action to be had here. Spice Must Flow for Rombavernius. He gets the Talaxu point as well. Gets a draw. Convincing argument. He's not unhappy to see that. But Ikaz will now know he has to defend his alliance, otherwise the game's over and Baron's through. So Ikaz's hand is forced here. He's not happy about this. But there's not much he can really do. Paul Atreides is in no position to try and get over the line here. Man, I think Baron Harkonnen should have surely just used his experimentation at Great Flat. Surely that was just the correct choice. And it just would have been over. Talaxu point. Oh, but he took his friendship though, didn't he? So he has to do this. It has been a strange game. Poor Atreides finds finesse, by the way. Off of Sonic Snoopers. That's pretty big. Is there another twist in this tale? Oh my goodness me. Is poor Atreides going to steal the Emperor Alliance back? What is going to happen here? So Ikaz knows he has to give up the Spice Must Flow. Or any hopes of it, but there's nothing he can do. If you don't defend the Alliance, it's just game over. His hand is forced. It's a forced move. And we're going to go to an 8th round here. Spice surely. It takes Chalmurky with the Spice. It's 2 more intrigues. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. That is an outrageous amount of red. It's unfortunate for poor Atreides here that all Baron is going to do is protect his Emperor Alliance now. And that's going to be basically all alliances locked up. Unless Baron thinks there's some crazy way that they can steal the Spacing Alliance. The Fremen Alliance even, sorry. But it would be pretty irresponsible to not just cement up the Emperor Alliance and call it a day. He did have the experimentation. Red noted it. We've got 16 intrigues amongst 4 players. And we're going to keep going here in this completely wild match. Spice Must Flow for Paul. Chalmurky for Ikaz is not irrelevant, by the way. Does have disposal facility if he wants to trash anything. I don't know that he will, or even if he remembers he's got it. Combat it is. Nothing's going to happen here. And Rombavernius is ready for Highliner. Rombavernius is ready for Highliner. Oh, Ikaz hasn't yet revealed. So he's going to counterattack to get hold of some spice. He can't stop Romba getting hold of the stuff, though. Ooh, I would have considered maybe keeping that for next round, but whatever. So 7 persuasion. He's going to pick TM because he feels like he should pick TM, but honestly, I think... oh, he can top deck it, of course. Okay, that makes total sense then. Man alive. Baron Harkonnen has the entire military presence of Gaiety Prime at his disposal here. What is Armin Kaz doing? He's doing this just for stage incident and clearing it and protecting his hand. That's all he's doing here. So Barons doesn't need to get involved here. Kaz is just gonna staged. That's all he's gonna do here. Just getting the job done. Protect his hand. There's not a ton there to protect, truthfully, but he'll take it. And that's all that's going to happen here. So Kaz will take this free spice. As a Romba with an intrigue. Baron finds Harvest Cells, which is not helping him. Oh my goodness me. Romba finds Chome Shares. So here we go, kids. Round 8. Does protect his Emperor Alliance, as expected. What is about to happen? Oh, it is Arrakis! Red misses the bonus troop. He's a little unlucky. We're out of liaisons. And here we go. Baron's gonna research station. He's looking for options here. It's another intrigue. It's going to be a 7th intrigue. He's got 600,000 swords approximately in his hand. Here comes reinforcements. So these can be deployed straight in. Man, so Romba Vernius is sitting on Highliner. Romba Vernius needs money for Chome Shares. Does Romba Vernius legitimately go shipping first to get Chome Shares? It's just a straight point. War of Life is found for the Baron. He has no water. He can't use it. He might be going to Siege for that. We'll see. This is surely last round. Sneaker Dead's come to join as well. It's 9 points for the Baron. So this is almost certainly going to be last round. And I think the players will recognize that. Romba Vernius has 2 actions. Can Romba Vernius ever win this fight with Highliner? The problem is, if he doesn't win this fight, can he ever win the game? He's effectively at 10 points. Surely he just got a high line and work it out from there. Training drones and just pump it in. There's no other move here with restricted ordnance as well. You've got no action economy, but you've got techs that are helping you get over the line here. Can Romba Vernius get 4 coins together for Chome Shares? That is the question. You feel like he's got to go Chome Shares, or if he can. Poor Atreides has got Finesse and Sisters and not doing anything for him, sadly. The only thing he could do is he could play Sisters and Finesse to improve the Bene Gesserit, just to respin an intrigue. Sleep Must Awaken is active. He's got subject but no money for it. Does Paul Atreides ever think he can win this combat? Probably not. Paul could also consider just like snoopering out Finesse and Sisters, which is actually probably superior. Corner Market could be out there, maybe. Plans is good for you. But no faction access. It's something on the board for Paul. If Machine Culture's out there, that's a point. It looks like incredibly bad news for Fweak here. I don't see how he's going to get himself out of trouble here. He's just not ready for it. He took his shot in round 6 to win the combat and end it round 7. But Romba just absolutely bulldozed it. I think that was his chance, was round 6. And I don't see any outs. He has got other memory. He does have G-Manipulation in his deck. So he could play over memory and get hold of it, specifically. But it doesn't feel like it's doing very much, does it? I don't know how you get to 10 points, truthfully. As Paul Atreides. It's a dire, dire spot. I think this could well be Fweak's last actions in this competition. He's had a good run. I think making the quarters of this is pretty damn good going, but I just don't see outs. At least with Sneaker in a previous quarterfinal, like, he had outs. He had to find them, and was a little fortunate in the draws he got. But they were there to be found. I don't see anything for Paul. Not in the current situation. I think he has to snoop out these 2 minimum. We need to do it by the rules here. People have a habit of putting it on the side here, but officially it does go at the bottom of the deck, and we are playing in a competition, so we should be playing this, you know, by the book here. Illicit dealings in Tactician. It's not much better. It's not much better. Is there any way you can get, like, the Saxu point? I don't see it. I think it might make him go... I think he's going to go Arakeen, pull out Manipulation, and draw, and just suss it from there. You can do these in whatever order. So he's going to get his Spiceman's Flow, but this feels like it is Paul Atreides' last actions. He finds the Initiate, which is not a bad card, truthfully. But I think Fweak is just playing this out here a little bit. There's not much, there's not really any up prospects. Armored Kaz has got Talaxu Master. He's got the Freighter Fleet. Ikaz needs to get his friendships with the Emperor and the Fremen. I think Ikaz needs to hit one of those faction spaces. I think he has to go Steel Suits with Chom Delegate to Interstellar Shipping. Oh! Well, I guess he thinks he's going to get to one of the factions. Oh, that's a disaster for Rombavernius, by the way. He did not want to see that. Baron's just going to keep throwing it in here. Ixion Probe is next. He's not bothering with Spiceman's Flow here, I don't think. It's just he's got 7 intrigues. Absolutely ridiculous. Baron doing Baron stuff. But there's Blackmail. There's Allied Armada. There is Strength coming. Romba cannot take this for granted. Maybe it's a good thing that Interstellar Shipping got blocked. He has to just commit fully to the battle now. I think you just got to go Siege and commit everything in and close your eyes and hope you win. I do not believe there is anything else for Rombavernius to do here. There's no Spiceman's Flow. You've got 6 Persuasion. I don't see what Mentat's doing for you. I think you just got to go Siege. Great Flat is also an option for Spice Tiebreak. Oh, he's going Mentat. Man, this is dangerous. Recon found. I did not like that at all. I think you're better off just do something and get troops in. Ooh. What was he looking for? Hardy Warriors access? I don't know. Well, it is what it is. I can't say I was a big fan of that. Paul's got Subject. He might as well play it now because he can get hold of his Talaxu point with Illicit Dealings and the Experimentation. So he's going to get hold of the point there, which is better than nothing. He's going to take Minimic, I think, unless he's... No, he can't. He's got to protect his Spice. But he's at 9 Persuasion, and Paul Atreides is just going to reveal Sleep Must Awaken, Illicit Dealings, and Spice Must Flow, and he's going to get to 10 points, unless he can fluke something. Gruesome doesn't really help. Doesn't really help. It's too late in the piece. So Paul's going to get to 10. But there's no way it's going to be good here, surely. It's going to be 10 with nothing behind it. Armored Kaz is desperately scrambling for anything. If you can get hold of another tech, it is a point with machine culture. I mean, Mick is out there, but he'd have to play TM, and there's just no... I mean, he's got the experimentation. He doesn't need to actually... I actually don't hate that. I think TM to Dreadnought and taking Minimic is actually not the worst option in the world here. Because the experimentation reveal is going to get you... Oh, no! No. Oh, wait, no, you're yellow. Well, the bump... Oh, he needs the bump from TM to get his... to get his other faction. I don't know what Ekaz is going to do here. I can see him definitely getting the 3 points. He's got Chalmurky, which helps. But I do not see any way they can win the fight. TM is only mildly active. He can take a six persuasion card into his deck, but he can't take it into hand. I don't think it'd help anyways. I think Ekaz is just kind of stranded on 9 or 10 points. 2 friendships is 9. He's not getting his Talaxu point, I don't think. Unless he uses experimentation. And that way he could bump and go for the 7 Solari for 2. That's an option, actually. I'm an Ekaz. That's the only thing I can think of for Ekaz. Is he experiments up for the Beetle. And then when he cashes in his TM and his shipping, he can pay for the other 2. It's the only thing I can see that generates him a point here. But then he's risking not getting his friendships. But I think he feels he's got to just take the chance here and get some troops in anyways. The insane thing is, oh my god, and now this actually gives Rombavernius a chance of getting Chome shares, because he can now smuggle and expedite and get his money together. Oh, he bumps down for the bump. He's not willing to take the risk. I think Ekaz has got to gamble. I think, honestly, I'd be bumping up there all day, and you've just got to take a gamble here, but he's not willing to. I think he would have done it, though. There's only 3 actions out there. And you just go to whichever faction spot's not yet been visited. And then your shipping deals the other one. I think Ekaz should have gambled for the Talaxi point there. It was on to be made. I would have done it. But not to be. Also, arguably, shouldn't he have gone smuggling to do that as well? Because then he could have actually bumped down with his freighter fleet to get another tech like Minimic. And that pays some machine culture. Actually, that would have been the best move for him. Smuggling, bump up. It preps up Freighter Fleet to pay for the double Beetle with TM. It lets you bump down and take a tech, which pays for machine culture. And you can still probably get both your friendships. I think you get to like 11 points that way. And with Chalmurky, that, you know, that might occasionally win you the game. I think Ekaz might have missed a trick there. I think that was the move. Yeah, smuggling. Freighter Fleet and TM would just do so much work here. I guess he figures, no, no. Actually, it doesn't matter. What Armored Kaz is thinking, he's going to reveal his TM, and then Talaxu Master is going to trash it on the Talaxu track. So he's still going to get both bumps anyway. So actually, yeah, in that case, no, this actually makes more sense. Yeah, I didn't think about that. There's a trash on this here, so that is what EVBomb is thinking, but I didn't think about the fact, yeah, that he gets 2 bumps out of it anyways. He's got coordination as well, so he's going to get the double bump regardless, but there's definitely Ekaz's plan too. Ekaz might get to 11 points. Armored Ekaz might get to 11 points here. This game is not over. Baron Hoken has 1 action. He's got to go Siege. There's no ifs or buts about this. He needs it for Water of Life. And he's got Ixion Probe. Here we go. He's at 5 Persuasion. Oh. Well, the resources aren't bad. Ixion Probe helps. Esmar Tuek will go. I think a dagger will go. 2, 4, 5, 6. No, he's not getting Spiceman's Flow at all. He's got to keep the daggers. Diplomacy goes. Oh, he's going to draw 2. Oh, he's got 3 cards. One of them is convincing. One of them is recon. And one of them is experimentation. He has to go for the sure point. He needs convincing, though. Otherwise, he does not get Spiceman's Flow. Oh, is this Talaxia Surgeon? My apologies. So Spiceman's Flow is hit. But he misses the experimentation. If that was relevant, I don't know. Oh, if it was double that, then that was just 100% the correct move. Romavernis has one more action. The problem is now... Oh, how did he not go Siege? The only thing Romavernis can do now is he has to experiment to get his Chome Shares point. But he might not feel he can win the game. But the problem is he's got no way of deploying in more forces unless he Hardy Warriors. Romavernis has 22 strength. Shadow Mapes is an extra 2 for the deploy. Plus the sword is 25. Tactician is 28. Does he think 28 strength is enough to win this combat? It is that simple. If Romavernis thinks 28 strength is enough to win this combat, he goes smuggling for Chome Shares. If he does not think it's enough, it's Hardy Warriors. It is that simple. If Romavernis loses this battle, it's over. If he wins the fight, he's got Spy Satellites and 12 points. I think you have to just go for all in for the combat and take the combat and your endgame points. And if you get to 12 and you're beat, so be it. And Romavernis agrees. And I think that's going to get him through here. I think that's going to do it. Like, he would love to have gone smuggling, but it's just... If you get the 12 points, you still lose. You get the 12 points, you still lose. Paul Atreides has one last action. He might as well just reveal. I mean, he's going to get 3 points on the reveal anyways. I don't see anything else that actually helps him here. Fweak did his damnedest. He really... gave it his all this game, but it was not to be. Spiceman's Flow, Sleeper, and the Spite and the Talaxu point confirms this will be the last round. He did all he could, but it's not going to be to no avail here. So Armanikaz can get 3 points. Friendship, Talaxu, and Machine Culture. What else can Armanikaz do here? Oh my goodness me. Is Armanikaz going Highliner? No, he can't do Secrets. Oh my god, it's Secret still! This could be huge. This potentially could be huge here. Oh, he doesn't bump up! He's gonna take the tech! Yeah, he realizes... He's realizing, yeah, he's got to bump up here. So, Secret Steal. One last roll of the dice for Ekaz. Is there anything he can find that's a point? Seamless Awaken is out, but Chome Shares has not been seen. That would be a point. Plans within plans would be no good. Advanced Weaponry. It's +4 swords in a moment, but it's not really helping much. It's a third steal of the Baron's Intrigues. Rumble, we're hoping he loses some points here. But he's scared that Ekaz might actually be the threat now with Chow Murky. And Grand Conspiracy is found. But there's no High Council. I don't think anyone loses or gains any points here. Ekaz has got the persuasion. He doesn't have spice. He's missed all of Baron's battle intrigues. It's pretty insane. The 3 intrigues that Baron lost, none of them really did any damage. It's pretty absurd. So here comes Cole. So he's going to take... I don't know what he takes here intrigue-wise. Or tech-wise. Just Minimic. I think you honestly save it. I mean, the thing is, he's got Chow Murky, so he can spend whatever spice he wants. So I guess Spaceport. Draw some cards. That's his friendship. Chow Murky means he can just spend as much spice as he wants. I think this is the best thing for him to draw here. He has to take the cash later on. Picks up Shuttle Fleet. I don't think that's going to be relevant, though. Did you take resources from shipping, Ekaz? I don't know if you did or not. Okay. I assume he did. No, he didn't. I'm pretty sure he didn't. So, Beast with Spice must flow. Romba's bowl is empty, but it's not particularly relevant. Romba Vernis is just praying he gets over the line here. He is absolutely praying he gets over the line. Lisanne is taken for the extra spice. These are nervous times for BlackStone here. He is mortified of what's... He's very, very nervous here, I can assure you. So it's up. Oh, he can't took spice and not the coins! Oh, he gets it with the trash that way. I guess that also works. I was about to say, he had to make sure he gets to the end of that. Windfall. Not helping. Oh, but he's short a specimen! Is he not taking a specimen? He did! How's the maths gone wrong here for Ekaz? What happened there? I don't know. Baron fires 12 swords. I think. He has got the dagger on reveal. Yours needs a down bump somewhere, Baron. Officially. And there's the free swords for Romba Vernius. And it's going to get him through. It's game over. And barring any insane intrigues, I think Romba Vernius and the BlackStone is through to the semi-finals. In an absolute thriller. And he knows it. Strong arm is no good for Baron. Puppet is no good for Armored Ekaz. It's all over. Romba Vernius somehow in some way battles through. And he's through to the semi-finals. And I think everyone else in this game is out.
Corner the market. Yeah. Almost, not quite.
No. Well, here I had Grand Conspiracy, and I could have gone high council this round, and just taken the point from that and gone to 11 points.
Yeah.
And then I probably would have gotten second place.
Man, you
But
know
it's
what
like-
happened? Ev went here, which gave me the opportunity to go here and then go down with Expedite because of the one spice he gave me. Then I would have gotten Goem shares. But that would have... Then I could have not gone there. And that would have lost me the combat. So I'm really glad I didn't do that.
Yeah, you had a real decision to make there, but you made the right choice. You realised that the combat was just too important.
And she had 5 intrigues. It was... Yeah, I could not risk it. Wow. Okay.
Heck of a
Well
game,
played, guys. Well
Heck of
played.
a fight. I mean, goodness me. This was dramatic. A lot happened. Round 7 obviously got very funky. Made things pretty interesting. I don't know. I think the game was better for it in a way. People would say Grand Division's a terrible conflict. I disagree from a spectator.
Well, I mean, For me, I guarantee win the game if it's
I mean,
not anything.
you were not. Yeah, that was not good for you. But to be fair, like if it's the 2 points, like I mean, I don't know. It is what it is.
No, I just win.
Uh,
I'm a little salty, but it's okay.
Yeah, he got ground visioned. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the game going longer helped by satellites a significant
Oh,
amount.
for sure. Yeah. I needed that to happen.
I mean, it's always weird because because when you take spy satellites, like you're never like ending the game yourself. So that's always the tricky bit of it. Like you're pretty much like, yeah, it's always a bit weird of that in the kind of the time for that. But I mean, like everyone played super well here. It was a really good game. There was a couple of like very gutsy moves made here and there, and a couple of combats. Of course, that was a little. It was what it was, and then obviously like a million secret seals with the Baron, and he somehow kept hold of basically almost everything.
Both my combinant trees, which ended up
which is pretty
man.
ridiculous. But,
it's
well, again, congrats, BlackStone. We'll see you in the semi-finals.
Yeah, thanks. Do we
Like,
have to log it officially, or do you
could've
have
played
everything
my-
you need now? Or...
I could have played my common entries like on any of these ones, but I was waiting for Combat 7, and then it's Grand
Yeah.
Vision, and it's just
You
like
guys,
damn.
You guys, like Evie and you guys prepared so well for Conflict 7
Yeah.
with like all the
Yeah.
troops and stuff.
And
Yeah.
Paul
And
had
then-
his chance round 6. Like he fired his shot. If he wins the combat, like he can probably end the game round 7. But
Yeah.
he fired his
And I
shot.
got so lucky as well. Like there was an extra bonus spice on this one, and I could just grab 3rd place with 1 troop that it gave me enough spice for Hayliner, and I had.
Yeah,
like,
Diplo was
Diplo in my deck
somewhere
as
on its
one of
way.
the
Yeah,
last
that was
3
obviously
cards.
huge. Yeah, and you had to make sure
So,
to get
yeah.
all of that. So,
It's just.
but I mean, that's the
just
thing
luck.
with you went in, you made sure to get the base in common. Like you overcommitted for this, but it was just too important in the long run. So I think that was, maybe the bonus fights helped, I guess. But if you don't have the flag there, it's never an option.
Oh, if I had tied you, Ev would have won the game. That's crazy.
He would have
Yeah.
Chalmerkied it.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
would have Chalmerkied it.
That's right.
I was looking for any kind of points and hoping, but
Yeah.
it was
So,
honestly one of the most awkward games. I felt awkward all game.
Yeah. I
Same honestly.
I-
It's so
I-
weird.
I had to keep an alliance. I had to get 2 alliances if I wanted to win this game. It's kind of honestly, yeah, this game was a runaway for me.
I mean, they pegged you back.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to commit to peg you back, obviously, like committing with the Benny
Yeah.
Alliance and whatever else.
I was
obviously
pleasantly surprised that
forced
all the
defense.
alliances, the Emperor, the Space and Guild, everything.
yeah,
even
Yeah,
treachery.
it
Obviously,
all got taken.
this was a
yeah.
forced offense. Obviously, once that committed there as
Yeah.
well. So
Had to do it, even though I had Spice on slow actually.
I
Yeah,
think Dreadship was the better
Great
call.
choice.
I'd have taken that over the Spice on Slow
Yeah,
personally.
me too.
Yeah, I
I
had
mean,
to
it
push
gave you
the
like 3
burn.
points immediately as well.
yeah, it was great for you.
Yeah.
No, but I honestly feel so bad because like this, I very much could have played first 11 points, getting 6 spice, and just have gotten 2nd place here,
Yeah.
and just gone for the higher semis draw.
Is it? Yeah. it's
That's
still-
gonna haunt me.
Yeah, it was a super
there's-
close game. It was a super close. Like, I mean, you'll watch it back. Again, I think everyone played pretty solidly. There was a couple of very gutsy moves here and there. It's one of those
My
ones
ring-
where someone had to win this. It could really have been anyone, really. Yeah, everyone had their chances.
I regret going Mentat with my ring round 2.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I
It's
mean,
6 out of 8,
you
and I
you
won it
knew
in
that
the
you knew the
shadows.
chances you
Yeah.
were taking, and 1 out of 3 times it blows back at you. But I mean, the thing is, like, I think you could probably, obviously you wanted desperately like in the shadows, but I mean, I think you probably could have just daggered Mentat anyways, and you probably still would have been fine. I don't think anyone was
Yeah.
really revealing for it. I think you using the ring seemed a bit unnecessary. Like, if you want to do it, I'd probably just Mentat and called it a day. But what you gonna do?
Thank you for the game, guys. I'm gonna head out.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no worries.
I think it would have set me back 1, and then I would have. Then Green would have revealed before me.
I don't know.
If I Mentat it.
I mean, sitting there looking, I didn't feel like. I mean, it's possible. I didn't really feel like anyone was going to reveal. I mean, Green may. I don't feel like Fweak was going to reveal early that round.
Nah,
No,
I
he
just
wouldn't have
nuked
put
for
it
the.
You just need
Yeah.
to get Guild Bankers out of there, which is reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was gonna play it for Guild Bankers anyway. So yeah, you knew.
Obviously, yeah, they had to do it. That was a good move.
But I got greedy. I wanted meant I wanted all of it. Crash.
You went
in
you
the
yeah,
shadows,
you went for
and shipping.
everything.
But it was good. It was good that you actually got Chum Delegate as like a kind of a good
that
making
worked really well.
ability to get back to Solari.
It just that's what I'm saying. It just made for such awkward plays.
Yeah, you
I mean,
just tricky spots. But I think
I-
everyone was like I mean, for the first half it was fine for Baron, but I think everyone else was like kind of like living by whatever they drew a little bit. It was not easy for anyone here.
It was great for me.
Oh yeah, yeah,
These
very happy
leaders-
start, but they
These leaders were wild.
yeah. At one moment I saw the leader draw, I was like, this is gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
So here's confirmation for the results of the match, and BlackStone does make his way through to the semi-finals, but man, was it a fight. A really, really good game, this. And as I mentioned in the chat earlier, I think everyone had their chances. You know, Paul Atreides had it. If he had taken the round 6 conflict, it could well have been a different game, but he got pegged out of that. Romba had to be pretty patient on some moves. I think made some good plays here and there. I think everyone played pretty solidly here. It's one of those games where sadly, like, everyone plays really well. Someone's got to lose. And it was BlackStone's day to get through. But you could easily play this game back like again, and like someone else wins it. Really, really dramatic. Especially for Che as well. I can understand being a little annoyed about Grand Vision round 7, but that's the problem. When you decide not to commit round 6 and you're backing yourself around 7, sometimes a conflict comes out which does absolutely nothing for you, and that was one of those situations for him. You know, obviously it feels bad, it's unlucky, and there's no doubt about that. But that is the risk you take with combat. I've been there. Everyone's been there. You know, you prep up for round 7, and suddenly it's something that is of very little benefit to you. That is how it goes occasionally. It is a shame as well that for the other 3 it is also the end of the competition as well. They've all played really well, had really, really good runs through the tournament as well. But BlackStone and Sneaker Dead, top 2 of Group I, will be in the semi-finals. And for BlackStone, it's semi-final B specifically, a matchup with Yaya's Matt, a North Carolina Invitational winner Badger, and one of the fastest losers, which Greedy Grill and Ozymandias still hold onto the positions for now. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed this one. It's been a real grand, like, classic struggle, this. And definitely probably one of my favorite games of the competition so far. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you all in the next conflict.